Next, I'm going to talk about where to buy your quadcopter parts from. Now, I'm based in the UK, so our options aren't the same as America, so let me explain. When I started building multirotors around 2012, there was only one viable option, which was to buy online from Hobbyking, who were based in China only at the time. Now, when I walked into my local hobby store and asked about FPV, they replied with, "What's FPV?" And to this day, that hasn't really changed other than a couple of toy models that they sell. The problem with Hobbyking is that the customer service back then was so shockingly bad. I once spent around £500 on a bunch of products and a couple of items never turned up to this day. And when I contacted their customer service, they asked me to take a picture of the missing item. So I just took a picture of the product from their website. It was absolutely ridiculous. I also opened a PayPal dispute and they instantly deleted my Hobbyking account with a message asking me to cancel my PayPal dispute. And this is a really important lesson when buying anything online, and that's to always use PayPal where you can, and don't ever cancel a dispute because you only have a certain number of days to raise a PayPal dispute. And what they were trying to do was make that run out, leaving me helpless. So never cancel a PayPal dispute even when someone asks you to. I do hear that Hobbyking's customer service has since improved a lot, but I always get charged customs taxes when buying from Hobbyking, despite the postage being fairly pricey in the first place. So these days I try to avoid them or just buy lipos or small items if nowhere else has them. This led me onto Banggood, who are to this day the biggest and cheapest RC product retailer on the planet, whether you like it or not. They're also based in China, but their customer service compared to any other Chinese hobby retailer is so much better. Banggood bridges the gap between Chinese manufacturers who make maybe 90% of all drone and quadcopter parts and then put them all in one place, allowing for a buying and shipping infrastructure that's difficult to compete with. You will hear people posting their bad experiences with Banggood, but I have personally spent thousands and thousands of pounds with them since 2012 or 2013, and to this day I haven't had a single problem. But when buying direct from China, you can't have the same expectations as buying from a local store. For example, it can take a week up to 4 weeks for an item to arrive, and I wouldn't even start to question the item until it got to that 4th week either before contacting their customer service. But if you know how to work around their website, then you can get the cheapest RC components available. You may argue that there are more local hobby stores these days with competing prices to Banggood, and I will get onto those later. Banggood also has a reputation for selling cloned quadcopter frames, and yes, Banggood are a retailer, so it's manufacturers who send them these cloned frames, but I wouldn't be surprised if Banggood knew that they were getting these cloned items and selling them anyways. It is sometimes difficult to be aware of a cloned product because there are so many products out there, but I will be pointing stuff like that out in this video, and it's why a lot of people don't like them. They do, of course, sell the cheapest genuine products as well, so a lot of people can look past that and still buy from them. I've also heard people say that their reviews that they put on their website are deleted if they aren't very good, like if they didn't give a product 5 stars, and if that's the case, I give negative reviews of products that come from Banggood all of the time on my YouTube channel, and I've never been asked once about it. So maybe YouTube is a better place to look when it comes to reviews of products. And also make sure you watch multiple reviews before you buy anything. The first thing to look out for when buying items from Banggood is to take note of the dispatch time versus the shipping time. If the dispatch time says anything other than in stock, then the item is out of stock, which is confusing because the shipping time might say 8 to 10 days, and if that's all you have looked at, then you may get caught out, because that is just how long it would take to ship out once the item is in stock from the manufacturer. It would be much more simple if Banggood just wrote out of stock with an estimated restocking date, but they don't. In fact, out of stock usually means that it's a discontinued product. Instead, they put an estimated dispatch date, which is the date that the manufacturer has told Banggood when they can get more stock to them. It's easy to forget that Banggood is a retailer, probably because they do have some own brand items. But if a popular item isn't in stock, they put the expected dispatch date that the manufacturer has given them, and quite often this date can be increased or decreased depending on the information that the manufacturer is feeding them. This year there has been stock issues with a lot of items in general due to COVID, so there's a lot of people out there that can't give Banggood a good recommendation, and I think the dispatch dates will have caught a lot of people out. Now, I know that the Cadex Vista is something massively in demand this year, and it's taken months to get to some people in cases, but if I want to buy a Cadex Vista direct from the UK now, it is £40 more than it is on Banggood, and it's also out of stock there as well. And that can be the case for other items because the UK retailers specifically are smaller, so they don't hold as much stock. So when you are putting components together for your own build, there are massive, huge savings to be made if you are prepared to wait when buying from China. Another thing I do when buying from Banggood is buy items separately rather than filling up my basket and checking everything out at the same time. This has caught me out in the past where one of the bulk items wasn't in stock, and Banggood held the entire order until it came in stock. I'm not sure if they still do this, but I still buy the items individually just in case this happens, because stock is changing all of the time and you might end up in a loop of things going in and out of stock before they all sync up and ship out to you. When it comes to shipping, I always select free shipping because this has never resulted in any customs charges for any item. It usually turns up with Yodel from a week to 2 weeks. But if you do want to pay for priority mail, or it's the only option for a specific item, then make sure you tick the tariff checkbox, which ensures that Banggood will refund up to 60% of any custom charges that you might have to pay. Banggood does have warehouses all over the world, but I tend to always buy from the China warehouse because that's usually the cheapest price and I don't mind waiting. Make sure that you always pay with PayPal, and then you shouldn't need to tick the insurance option because that's something already covered by PayPal. And as I say, their customer service is great for a Chinese retailer. But if you aren't getting anywhere, you always have the option to raise a PayPal dispute and sort it that way. So to this day, Banggood are still my go-to vendor. Look out for coupons and sales. I often put them in the links of my video descriptions as well as pinned comments because you can save a fortune that way as well. Now, some people see Banggood as a bit of a joke these days, and that's because there are more options now, which brings me on to the more local retailers that have popped up since. The biggest problem with buying stuff from China is that if you do have a genuine problem with a product, it's not as easy to send stuff back. You can send stuff back, but it's going to cost you more and it's going to take a longer time. And we also live in a world where everyone wants their items today, yesterday, thanks to the Amazon culture. And if I need something fast in the UK, I personally buy it from HobbyRC, Quadcopters UK, Unmanned Tech, Drone is Life, and King Quad. I also buy some stuff from eBay and Amazon, but if you are in a hurry, don't get caught out by Chinese sellers pretending to be local sellers. So always check the shipping location before buying. On the flip side, if you have a problem, then it's much easier to send things back locally or even speak to someone if you have a problem. So you have to weigh up if the extra price is worth it for you, because some people don't have that option, including myself. I have to buy the cheapest, otherwise I can't afford the components when it's all added together. I also find some of the stuff isn't in stock a lot of the time with local retailers either. I think that's just because they are smaller than the giant HobbyRC retailers. With HobbyRC, look out for people who have coupon cards on Facebook groups to get some money off. And on a personal note, the UK retailers, for some reason, don't engage with creators that much, which is more my problem than yours. But I think if they did, like every other country does, it could help to boost the industry more in the UK. But that's up to them, because Banggood, Get FPV, and Race Day Quads either have an affiliate program or send out new products for review. I should say that King Quad has provided the lipos for this build video, so thank you to them. And companies like Menace RC, Halo RC, they always send me their latest stuff as well. And if you are based in the US, I think the prices are more competitive than they used to be compared to Banggood. So I think this is where you see a lot of people saying don't buy from Banggood, but for some of us it's the only option to get affordable, cheap components. And if you are based in the UK or Europe, then I can't recommend buying from the American retailers, because you will get stung on import taxes. But with this being a global channel, it's important that the good US retailers get a mention. So Race Day Quads, Get FPV, and Pyrodrone, I have all had some dealings with and recommend them as anyone else would. As for the shops that you should totally avoid, I would say it has to be GearBest. Now, GearBest really tried hard to compete with Banggood and other Chinese retailers. They had some great products which I reviewed on the channel, but they didn't have the customer service in place, and they lost everybody's trust, including mine, despite me constantly telling them where they were going wrong. Aliexpress is a funny one because they sometimes have parts that nowhere else does, but quite often you will have to buy items in bulk and they don't accept PayPal. So if you do buy anything from them, make sure it's not expensive. But they can have some great and rare individual components. For all of my 3D printed parts, I buy from Brain 3D. Now, I do have a 3D printer myself, and I sometimes use that, but that would send the budget up for this build video way too high, and Brain 3D have the best quality and cheapest prices when it comes to 3D printed parts for your antenna and your GoPro camera. And even though they do seem to be based in the US, because the shipping prices are reasonable and the price of the parts are low, I'm yet to be caught with any customs charges. Now, you might be thinking, why haven't I mentioned this shop or that shop? And you're right, there are lots of little shops that you can buy from. There's also individual brands like TBS, iFlight, HLRC, GepRC, Emax. But as I say, those are more brands selling their own items rather than large retailers. And in order for everybody to be able to buy the items that I'm going to be using in this build, I have gone for the bigger global shops that everyone can buy from. So the frame I'm going to be using is bought from HobbyRC, but it can be bought globally, and the rest is pretty much going to be from Banggood, apart from the 3D printed parts, which will be from Brain 3D. It might be worth looking in the comments below this video of people who have had other experiences with other shops or retailers. Where it can get a little tricky is where you start seeing negative comments, because some of them are valid and some of them are not. I imagine we're going to see a lot of comments like, I bought from this retailer and it was terrible, the item never turned up, I didn't get a refund, I will never buy from them again. And sometimes it is just about having a good first experience. If you have 10 good experiences in a row and then a bad one, that company won't seem so bad. But if you are unlucky and get a bad first experience, you will hate them forever. And there is a lot of that goes on, and it's difficult to decipher from that. You can see from my Hobbyking experience, it was such a bad customer service experience that even though I hear they have gotten better, I wouldn't recommend buying from them again, and that can happen. So you probably see a lot of that towards the bigger retailers like Banggood, so you will have to take it from me that if you follow my guidelines, I've never had a problem, so that is my experience. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video, and we will go on to the next part.